Hey, AfterBuzzers, you're watching Once Upon a Time's After Show, Season 5, Episode 20, Firebird. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm still in recovery after tonight's episode. Hooker for Life is what I just want to start off by saying. Hooker for Life! Hooker for Life. I'm Tiona Hobson. You can follow me at the Tiona Hobson. Joining me tonight, I've got Roxy Striar.
Yes, you do. Hi, guys. I'm Roxy Striar. You can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
Marisa Serafini.
Hello, Onceers. You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV.
And Blake McIver.
Hello, everyone. You can follow me at Blake McIver.
I don't know why I went there with you.
I don't know.
I kind of get it.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm going to stop now. Like I'm annoying myself.
No, you're good.
When that happens.
And I'm in the chat with you guys, too, right now. The YouTube
Yay.
chat. You're killing it.
Yes, they
Tell
are.
us your stories and
Yeah,
thoughts.
the Onceers are talking.
Did you say killing it for a reason? Is there a reason you went there?
They're killing it.
I mean, are we
Yeah.
starting off this way already, guys? I told you I want to save it for last.
Yeah.
Tiona,
I'm not ready to deal and process with that situation.
Can we just acknowledge
Just
that
yet.
it wasn't a pun and I wasn't being funny. I really just meant you guys are killing it. Okay.
Oh, Roxy, I love you.
I love you too.
figuratively.
Oh my God! Hashtag Hooker for Life everywhere in the chat. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, it's queen.
Yeah,
Okay,
slay.
well, let's get into tonight's episode. I want to start off by talking about these flashbacks back to 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Good year for wine, from what I was told.
Okay.
Emma is.
I believe you.
Emma is looking for answers and looking for her family. She even goes back to the diner where she was essentially found to try and get some tidbits on her life. She's not able to come up with any, but there is this lovely little. It's a bounty hunter, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
That's what
Cleo.
Cleo.
She's more glamorous than Dog the Bounty Hunter, but
Yeah.
Like
and more
slightly.
glamorous than Boba Fett.
A little bit.
Just a slightly.
Maybe that's why I was confused. I was like, I don't know if she's a bounty hunter because she doesn't have a mullet. So.
Obviously. What's
What's happening?
or a helmet.
In fairness, Emma was a bounty hunter. She doesn't have a mullet.
That's true.
That is
But
true.
Cleo, the bounty hunter that we see, is actually the same actress that played Erica Kravitz in Heroes Reborn.
Oh.
So she's that actress that they casted.
They
a few
love to
weeks
use the
Oh,
Heroes
okay.
cast on
Yeah,
ones.
Yeah.
well, it's all
Obviously.
Canada. There you go.
Canada.
It's all together. So. Oh, thank you.
It was from Amy in the chat.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
give Tiona a hug. Literally give Tiona a hug. She needs
What's
it.
going on here?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
They also like your dress.
Oh,
a lot of
thank
love
you.
for Tiana right now.
They're
They know
worried
she
about
said-
you, Tiona.
No, she said right now. Give her a hug right now.
Right now.
There you go.
I did.
She's already starting, you
I
guys.
know. I'm.
Roxy
giving
Striar
myself-
takes
Yeah.
direction well.
All right. Good to know. Thank you, Roxy, and thank you
Yeah.
to the chat.
So talking about, sorry, I didn't mean to
Cleo.
take us off. Yeah, with her.
She was an interesting character because I didn't know if I could trust her for most of the flashback, just because
Yeah.
you knew she was hiding something, and then you also knew that I didn't trust that she was actually taking Emma to jail. I don't know. She was just, to me, she felt like a little, I don't trust you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think at first glance of her, I immediately pointed out the red jacket. I was like, okay, so she's the character who gave Emma the inspiration for the red jacket. So something's gonna happen to her. Either she, A, died, not to jump ahead, either died or gave the jacket to Emma, and sure enough, we'll find out. But I was like, okay, so she has to play some vital character to Emma's life.
Yeah, I just felt like of all of the episodes, because there was so much going on in this episode, so much that I loved and so much I wanted to spend time on. Of all of the episodes, why was this the episode they decided to explain to us why she had the red jacket? It didn't make sense to me. I didn't feel like we needed to go back and spend that much time there, and I also didn't feel like the ending with what Emma eventually goes and says, which we'll talk about, I was like, girl, why?
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. And, like, let's make one other observation. This is Emma pre-LASIK surgery in this flashback. Because those glasses.
Yeah.
honey, those
Yeah.
glasses, though. And I would actually make a bold statement and argue that this might be even more lesbian of an episode than Dorothy and Ruby. Because the whole thing is about a very lesy leather jacket. This was like a Susie Orman realness jacket.
I want that jacket though.
Totally, I do too.
Yeah.
And yet Emma
Susie
in the
Orman has
flashback
money.
had the audacity to shade this woman about the jacket. Do you ever take it off? Well, honey, did you see season 1? Do you ever take yours off?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just now.
Because
You still have that red jacket.
Still.
In the world.
I don't think I still have a jacket from 2009.
I
Or
don't.
2010.
I
at
just-
that
I
point.
do. I don't have a jacket since then. I feel like, you know.
I don't know.
Well,
if
we
I-
do live in LA.
Yeah.
We don't need
I
jackets.
lose things often. So,
So yeah, people are saying it explains how she got her armor, that whole thing.
Quote,
that's
unquote,
that's
armor.
fine.
Totally. I
That's
get it.
fine.
I
I
get
just
it.
I couldn't be bothered. Like when we have things like Hooker going on, and we've got everything with Pan, which we've been waiting for so long. I was so engaged in those aspects. It was one of my favorite episodes of the season. I was all about that. And then we go to the flashback, and I kept waiting for this big payoff that never really came
Never
for
happened.
me.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Roxy, on that. That after the first flashback, and then we went back into scenes, and I was so enthralled in that when the next flashback happened, I was like, oh crap, I forgot we had a flashback in this episode already, because everything else that was happening, I was so involved in it
Right.
that the flashback took me out of it. But that's probably what they wanted it to do, was kind of break up the tension and the high stakes.
Yeah, I think the overall message of the flashbacks at the end of that story didn't correlate or parallel well enough to what was going on in the current day underworld.
Pucka J said, I thought she was going to leave the jacket in the underworld. Hook sort of asked her to. So,
Well, yeah, because he said
Yeah.
take off your armor.
yeah.
armor.
Yeah.
So that would have been an interesting choice if that would have made more sense to me, maybe why we went and told the jacket story if she did decide to leave it there, although I don't know why she would do that, because she asked him to forget about her or to move on. So that would kind of be like, move on, but here's my jacket, yo.
But she's like supposed to be leaving her armor there
Behind.
and not taking it forward.
I don't know. What would Susie Orman do? She'd keep the jacket
keep
on.
the
Yeah,
jacket.
Keep
of
it
course
on.
she would. It was probably an
would.
expensive jacket.
Exactly.
So
But she can afford another one.
she definitely.
I mean,
can.
Madewell was apparently having a sale the day she bought it.
So then we also find out about Cleo that she did have a daughter, Tasha, who she has a picture of in her wallet. And the reason that she's so hell-bent on telling Emma, just move on. Your parents probably had a really good reason for leaving you behind, and, they would want you to focus on your life now instead. And then it turns out that she had a daughter that she gave up and then stalked for a little bit. Taking pictures of kids at parks is just
It's a little creepy. But
but it's sweet because it's her daughter.
No,
Yeah.
I think this was like the only similarity that Cleo and Emma could share together. That this was the only tying thread that could get them like to a point of agreement.
I agree with that, Marissa, but did you care?
No.
Yeah,
Just trying to justify what happened in the flashback.
Absolutely, that makes perfect
care?
sense. But,
No.
yeah.
no.
But if we don't care,
No,
then we don't
we don't.
care. Like,
So, was it appropriate for Emma to then just show up at Tasha's workplace a year later with a file on her birth mother and just like, hey, you don't know me. I knew your birth mom and thought you should.
For 3 days.
Yeah, thought you should know some things.
by
and
the way-
yes, she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Was it appropriate in no world? Not in the underworld. Not in any world.
And because it
Not
seemed
in
like
Wonderland.
Cleo was very fine with like, I need my daughter to move on and not be thinking about me. Like,
Right.
it seemed like it was very clear that she didn't want her daughter to know her.
Absolutely, it seemed like that, and it also like this chick's at work. You went in the middle of her shift as somebody who she doesn't know to tell her that her mom, who she wasn't looking for, was dead.
Yeah.
Are you just a bully? That's the meanest thing you could do to somebody. Why did you do that?
It was weird though, because she seemed like really happy about it.
Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you. I needed that. I needed that today in the middle of my 8-hour shift.
Oh, and by the way, let me ring you up. No problem.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. I'll even give you the 10% discount.
yeah, friends and family.
Like, you knew my birth mom.
Friends,
You get it.
Friends and family.
Friends and family, and people who let me know that my mother passed away that I met today. That's what it's now
Great
called.
news.
Yeah.
Great news. Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
But
Okay.
Cleo did play a role in giving the inspiration for Emma to be Bale's bondsman.
Yes.
Thank you, live chat. Yes.
She did,
Aw.
and I kind of wanted to see a relationship there. I thought what they were going with here was that it was going to be Emma was her protege, and then they were going to ride around and be like bounty,
like Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, Thelma and Louise style, like collecting stuff and taking names later. You know,
maybe we get there. You know, maybe I'm
she's dead.
Judging this harshly. Oh, I thought you meant the daughter.
Oh no, I thought it was Emma and Cleo who were going to be.
I know. We'll never get there. But maybe we'll see more of this story, and I won't be so harsh on the fact that it has no purpose. Yeah. Like maybe she does team up with the daughter and kind of become a mother figure or a Bonnie and Clyde kind of. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, speaking of parent relationships, Rumple and Pan are just. I love their relationship.
Yes.
I'm not supposed to, but I freaking love Peter Pan on Once Upon a Time. I think that he was so evil and dark and just everything that
He's one of
Peter
my
Pan
favorites.
is not supposed to be in my mind, that I love him even more. I told you guys before we went live on air, I literally screamed at the television because, you know, he's like, I need to get my heart. I was like, yes, they're bringing Pan back. I predicted this. Mm-hmm. I should have waited about 40 more minutes before exclaiming that to myself.
We're on the exact same page. I'm on the total same page as you. And by the way, the other week when I felt bad for Zelina and that side of the table was like, don't feel bad for her, and this side of the table felt bad for her, again, I kind of felt Pan really got the short end of the stick in this episode. I felt real bad for him. I did.
I didn't bring my winter coat.
Throwing shade. Where's your umbrella?
It just got chilly under this palm
We are
frond.
under draft here.
Roxy just
Side of
cast
the table's
upon
wearing
us.
sweaters and that
Wind.
side sleeveless.
It's so sunny over here. That's so weird.
Yeah,
It's just nice.
I need like some AC. I'm so hot.
Wow.
But
Wow.
in fairness, were we still right for still questioning Zelina after all this time?
we are still
No.
right. We are
No.
still right.
Yes.
We'll get to that later, but Hades is who you should be questioning, not Selena.
Yes.
Get my finger. Okay, so Pan and Rumple. Rumple finally screws over his dad for the ultimate last time.
Yeah.
But in all the planning and stuff, did you guys think that he was going to go through with using Robin Hood's heart? Like,
Yes. He took the heart.
God.
I was genuinely concerned that he did.
I was more concerned for Robin. I was like, don't you do that to Regina's man.
Yeah.
He's been back for
doesn't
5
deserve that.
seconds.
Because I was concerned. I was like, okay, so the portal's going to open. No one knows that he doesn't have a heart. If he tries to go through without a heart, what's going to happen to him and his body?
Evaporate into a gazillion pieces. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the brainy Liam says, did Robin even get to the portal? Did we?
Yes.
We
yes.
saw
Yeah.
Robin? Okay.
He
Yeah.
quickly went with Regina.
needed
Yeah, it was that mass
But
exodus.
I love the moment where like Robin just shows up out of nowhere with the baby, and they had that 2 minutes of catch up. This is what happened in the last 12 hours.
Hey guys, just been in the woods. What I miss?
What I miss.
So
I don't have
sorry.
a cell phone. But yeah, I don't know. Rumple, I mean, he did what he did because, you know, his dad has abandoned him multiple times, screwed him over.
You're a worse person than your dad is, Rumple. You are, and that's why you can't wake up your girlfriend.
Oh,
Ooh, she
Oh,
went
I
there.
know.
she's shading everybody tonight.
I'm like,
Not
I put in my
Tiana.
notes, I was like, there's no
But
true
she's
love
sitting
there.
next to me, so I'm a little scared.
I mean,
No true love there.
uh-uh.
We knew it wasn't gonna work though.
Can I just say the
Yes.
creepiest thing about the whole thing is the way that Rumple says "Papa."
Yes.
Papa.
He says it in like a different accent.
I mean, it makes the skin crawl. It's like
Yeah, it
it's
makes
like in
you
Lion
shiver.
King when it's like Mufasa.
Yeah.
Do it again.
That's exactly what it's like.
That's exactly what it's
What
like.
is up with that?
Oh, sorry. Roxy needed my pin.
I thought I had a brilliant thought, but I forgot it.
She taking
when
no
you said
prisoners
that.
tonight.
I know. She just snapped
Who
and
should
stuff
I
out my
throw
hand.
shade at next?
It's a
Yeah,
deadly shade.
but their relationship has always been
fire
interesting.
going on over
And
there.
here I was thinking that they finally were coming together and working their ish out.
Nope.
And I mean, he didn't even want to help Pan find his unfinished business. He was just like, no, I just stuck the River of Souls into your chest. You're dead, MFer. I
Yeah.
can't say the railroad. It's a family show.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
That's exactly what I mean,
I thought that was great though.
you did?
I thought it was so sneaky and so Rumple-like to deceive his father in that way. I was like, yeah, we should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also kind of hate Rumple at this point. I used to love to hate him or just love him, but now I just kind of hate him and I feel really bad for Belle. He does, Rumple, I guess he gets things done, but I like Pan better. I almost wish that we killed Rumple and brought back Pan. I wish that Pan deceived Rumple and took his life.
Oh.
Pan is the dark one.
I get it, but that wouldn't happen.
Darker one.
But the thing is, like, everyone loves Rumple as the dark one.
I know,
And
but
the thing is, it's just like, if you killed Rumple, that's not going to happen.
no,
That's
absolutely
just not
not.
going to happen. But everything Rumple is doing is making him less and less redeemable.
Absolutely. I feel like when it comes to Regina, when it comes to Zelina, when it comes to all of our characters, we go in the redeemable direction, in the upward direction. But when it comes to Rumple, it goes down, down, down. And there are moments of light. But when he does lean in the whole frickin' Belle thing, I'm like, no, this isn't the real deal. This is not what true love looks like. That can't be.
She said, "Kill the beast." To translate.
Pretty
That's what she
much.
said.
Yes.
Slay him.
Tell him, boy, bye.
Well, I don't want to. Well, Hades. We're going to talk about Hades because, gosh, that guy. So during this episode, as he's being the nice guy who's like, I need your help because Rumple and Pan kidnapped Zelina and I need you guys to help me. I need Emma to, like, help me out here. And then he's like, I'll wipe all you guys' names off of the cemetery stones and I'll, open up a portal to get us all out of here. Blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, this is the fastest character, like, switch
I know.
ever. But I also am mad at myself because I was buying it
Me
for
too.
a little bit.
I'm such a sucker.
Like,
I totally believed him.
all the warning signs were there.
Y'all.
See, now they throw the shade at us. See?
Go
No.
back to the source
Suckers, like-
material. Did he not do the same thing to Hercules in the movie? He sold him a cute little sunshine rainbow unicorn story, and then that big old
Nope.
fat guy throwing him around 5 minutes later.
Nope. It's like, come on. I think our intuition's like pretty good that he is not a good guy to trust. I mean, we're still questioning Zelina if we should even trust her.
No.
And then
Well, we are.
and then
no
And
questioning
then by
that.
extension, you have Hades. Like, okay, if Zelina trusts her, who we're still shady about, should we trust Hades? No.
If you are capable of true love, which Hades is, because we saw that moment, then
True
you
Love's
are.
kiss
it was
brought his
true.
heart back to life, guys.
Right.
Like,
That is true.
that
And you
is
have a
what
heart.
made me a believer in him. I was like, oh,
He's doing this for the team, for the family.
But
He's a
evil
changed
people
man.
can
I
love
love
each
him. I love him, and he's a good guy. Like literally, I was sitting there and I was like, "Oh, all's forgiven. Okay, no worries."
but then in the back of my head, I was still like, it's just such a quick turn of like personality traits for me.
I didn't even have that.
That I was kind of doubting, and I was like, I mean, they just took everything he did this season and made it pointless because they've made him such a nice guy now in the blink of an eye.
Right.
But I still was
Yeah.
eating the cake out of his hand.
No. That would,
Feed me, Hades.
Me too.
I'd be like, I love cake, but I'm not eating that.
No,
My thing is,
you would
it's just
reject
like-
his cake.
I would. From
Someone
him,
left their cake
I
out in
would.
the rain.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't think that I can take it, but I
But,
do
you know,
think
like,
that I can actually.
Everything Hades been doing, the whole names on tombstones and the fact that he was so willing to go against that and he was so agreeable with everyone. He's like, yeah, I'll take your names off, and just he was so compliant with everybody's wishes. I was like, no, you're too easy right now.
Here's when I knew it was all going south. When he dropped the Orphean myth bomb. Because, like, you go back to Greek
Right.
mythology, and that was, like, Hades' ultimate oops moment.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, the
And that
fact that
didn't
he
end
dropped that, no, it did not. And the fact that he dropped that little, and also, like, super nerd alert right here, the font in his little Greek mythology book was the Hercules font. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
it's amazing.
But that's when I knew.
Blake.
But that's when I knew because I was like, no, he's still mad about that. He's still
Yeah,
mad
he's
about
still
that.
mad.
Yeah,
It was just a rumor.
Tainted.
But,
He's tainted.
tainted.
so he does send them on a wild goose chase to get this ambrosia. I don't even understand how that was supposed to help Hook get out. Like, I thought maybe ambrosia was some sort of hiding thing, but it was a tree. I guess I don't know what ambrosia is.
Fruit
It's
of
a
the gods.
fruit. It's
It's a
the fruit of the
fruit.
gods.
Fruit
So
of the god. It's either
what was
food
supposed to
or
happen?
drink.
But it's very confusing for anybody who's grown up in the South because it's like a little whipped kind of fruit salad thing with almond slices
ambrosia
on the top.
salad. Okay.
And so it's real confusing. But no, it's supposed to be in mythology. It's supposed to be the fruit of the gods.
So what was it supposed to do? What was its purpose? Like, Hook eats it and then can
The
go through
rumor
the
was
portal?
that one time that's happened so that he could it wouldn't have aged him. He would be able to get the heart, half the heart,
like
and go
regenerate
back.
his body.
Right.
'Cause
Like his soul was missing, so his soul.
And the
had to
point
be
was his body was
reconnected.
still decaying,
Okay,
like in the
right.
real world.
And the thing is about ambrosia, if supposedly if you eat it, you have immortality.
Got
So-
it.
Here was where I was confused, though, because that I got. What I didn't understand was why, after they went through all of this, Hook looks at Emma and was like, I was never going to leave with you anyway. What are you talking about? What do you mean you weren't going to leave with her anyway? If the ambrosia was there, yeah, you were.
I think
He was like, I just tried to get you out of here. Like, that's all why we went on this chase.
I only wanted to isolate you to say goodbye.
Yeah, like, no?
Like, I didn't want to say goodbye in front of everybody else.
Yeah, be
I needed a
real.
private audience.
Why did you say that?
Guys, I think what he meant
Was
was that he didn't think this plan was going to work, and that it was never his. Like, he's dead, so he was supposed to stay here. And even though she came to the underworld for the specific purpose of finding him and bringing him back, that isn't what is supposed to happen for him. So he's already under the understanding that, like, I'm probably not getting out of here. But he loves her, and we know now that it is true love.
We do.
Because she passed the test. So anyone who was doubting her love
She did.
for him and saying that Neil was her true love.
Okay, but T.
Oh.
But T.
She with the
Because I agree, you know I agree, but are you not a little mad at her?
Oh, I'm so heartbroken about everything.
No,
and I'm
that's
mad
not
at
the
her.
question. Yeah. You're a little mad at her because I'm a little mad at her.
I'm a little
I'm
mad
a
at
little
her.
mad at her. What did she do? She left him. So her whole thing, the whole reason we're down here, the whole point of all of this is to get him back. We are going back to Storybrooke after accomplishing zero. Not only have we accomplished zero, but we've caused a lot of problems. And by the way, we're going back to Storybrooke with Hades.
With Hades.
And Zelina, in case anybody was wondering.
He's, like, all of Storybrooke is gonna be like, wait a second, y'all went down there
And Belle's
with,
in a box.
like, and yeah, Belle is in Pandora's box.
Pandora's box.
Yeah.
the worst box to be stuck in.
Who
WTF.
thought that was good? He couldn't have carried her through the portal.
Seriously.
Like he couldn't like just poofed her
Yeah.
into the portal.
poofed over
Right.
there.
So-
But one of the tweets we got earlier from Erica at ehungry302 said, "Can you please explain / talk about the purpose of this past season? Because of what you're saying, Roxy, the whole
Yep.
purpose of us going here was to save Hook, yet we left him down there." And Tiona cried tears of
She did,
craziness.
guys.
Crazy.
I am her witness. She did.
But
Tears
I will say,
were shed.
tears were shed. But I will say, that's not the end of Hook.
Of course not, but don't
course
you wish?
not.
Don't you wish she was just like Emma was like? By the way, so Hades isn't even gonna be down here anymore. Whatever, Hook. I'll chill down here with you. I'll just stay. Like, you're my man. Let's just chill in the underworld. All right.
In that unflattering red light.
I know. I know she's got her mom and her dad and all
Her
of that.
son.
Her son. They can come visit. Like, come on, Emma.
I
You'll
wanna
He's
figure
got
it
his
out.
stepmom.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he had her first.
See,
And
like,
his grandpa dad.
you know what I wanted?
His grandpa dad.
I wanted to maybe take this a little back. You know, how we talked about leaving the jacket there? If Emma left her jacket there, that would be something physical that Emma could go back to Underworld, to go back to Hook, who's still stuck down there, once they find out another way to get him out. Be like, hey, we found
Could
a
she make it
solution.
like a
We're gonna
Horcrux
go to
and
you
put like a
save
piece
you."
of her in it?
Seriously, they could have.
Just do
Or
that.
like a port key.
Yeah.
Why not?
But part of the reason why I just realized this, why she didn't leave the jacket there, is because she told Hook, don't let me be your unfinished business.
That's what I
Right.
said.
Find a way to move on.
True.
So, she can't hate her too much. We can't, I don't know. I was so torn apart about this. And then I started thinking, and I've got a great prediction for later. So
Okay.
that I'll
Oh,
share
I'm
with
excited.
everyone
I'm excited.
about how we're getting Hook back.
So a lot of people in the chat are actually happy that Emma left, saying she was finally listening to Hook. This is from Bree. He wanted her to let him go before, and she didn't, and that was what the problem was there. So I understand that, and I do think though, like what happened at the end, where she takes that extra second to make the decision. Whatever you do in life, decide and then do it with conviction. Like, she's sitting there, she's even in the final moments as this portal's closing, she almost made frickin' Charming miss the portal. standing there. She's like, but.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh, I thought they were gonna miss it.
if you're gonna make a decision and your decision is Hook is the most important thing in my life and I'm never gonna stop until I get him back, then stay there. And if you're gonna decide, hey, he asked me to leave, then make that decision. But this back and forth kind of stuff, you're tearing out my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it too.
I was like, she's
So no matter
quoting
what I
NSYNC.
do, I feel the pain.
That's exactly how
with or without you.
Right. Yes.
All of that. All of the feels.
All the feels.
All of it.
Yes,
All of those
90s.
late 90s pop feels.
Yes, 90s.
Thank you, 90s.
My
for,
life.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
for that.
Would it not be the best day of our lives if there was a Once Upon a Time 90s,
90s?
episode?
I
Just
would
like featuring
die.
JC Chazé as anyone.
I would die.
Yes. In. I'm so in.
As anyone.
As anyone.
Anyone.
Literally anyone.
Anyone. And then Joey Fatone shows up too.
He needs it.
It would have to be the N6 because Backstreet Boys died and went to heaven.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you guys watched World's End.
I forgot about that.
Oh, right.
Just letting you know.
Maybe they're in the underworld. Maybe they have
might
unfinished
be, yeah.
business.
Oh, while we're in the underworld, we totally are getting, like, Lance Bassett's chilling. Like, we're getting some of them.
For sure.
I think we've gone off topic a little.
Yeah,
Just a
like,
bit.
not
Just a
that
teensy
much.
bit.
I was gonna say, like,
How to make it
speaking of the underworld and unfinished business, Henry, you know, he really wants to get that Operation Firebird going.
Firebird.
Firebird, yes, that's why the episode is called Firebird, Roxy.
Was it?
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what-
we know
yeah.
the episode was titled Firebird, but we were asking the live chat before we went on what's the significance of Firebird, because even I was trying to figure it
He
out.
called
And
it
there was,
Operation
He said, what about
Firebird.
Operation Firebird,
I
which,
missed that.
you know, was them trying to help people deal with their unfinished business. And Henry's like, I'm the writer. I could, you know, let people know what their unfinished business is. And we get to see...
Reborn from the ashes.
Yes.
Phoenix.
Rise like a phoenix.
Rise
Yeah,
like a phoenix.
that's pretty much.
And then we get to see Stealthy, who's down
Okay,
there.
question. So if Henry can, like, tell them what their business is and, like, what needs to be done, why couldn't he have written them out of the underworld in the first place?
I feel like he could do that, but it's not a responsible thing.
Gotcha.
Because Henry's doing the whole writer thing where he's not affecting the story. He's letting the story play out and
Staring at the
chronicling
blank
it.
page before
Yeah,
you
he's letting-
open up a dirty window,
Yes.
let the sun illuminate.
The words that
words
you
that
cannot
he's
find,
not
yeah.
He's letting other people actually finish out their business
I also
their way.
feel it's strange. I'm confused still what control he has or does not have over this book.
Right.
Like he blacks out as if he like, you know, downed a bottle and wakes up and has written a bunch of pages like
Oh my
people do
God,
in college.
Henry's an alcoholic.
Yeah, that's what
Too
I
young.
got from this for sure.
Roxy would know the signs.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's,
you know,
that's true.
She's an alcoholic.
I know exactly. You know, I see. He's worried. He's shaking. He's paranoid.
Oh my
doesn't
gosh,
know
we'll
anymore.
see you at the meetings, Henry.
But I don't know. Maybe somehow he can tell people their unfinished business. Like it comes to him in his sleep, but he couldn't write them out because he can't physically do that. I don't know how much control he has. None.
None.
That's what
Well,
alcoholism
and
is.
People are in the live chat
Zero.
are saying that that Henry doesn't want to abuse the power of the quill
Yeah.
as well.
Which is
So-
smart because, you know, the last writer we had abused the power and we saw how off track everyone's stories started to get because of that. So Henry's doing the right thing, but he is trying to help at the same time. Unfortunately, the Blind Witch and Cruella DeVille have, you know, their own plans in mind, which, I mean, awesome team there.
Yeah, amazing.
Just amazing
No
thing.
complaints.
amazing.
Yeah, no complaints. Just, oh, that's right. Shoo.
See, that's the kind of villain that you love to hate. That's what I
Yeah,
miss
yeah,
about
exactly.
Rumple, where it's just like that pure, oh my god, you're amazing, and I hate you.
Yeah.
I love that team up.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it coming either, which was cool.
Me either. Neither did Regina because, you know, that's how they all get locked inside of the library.
And we should have known because even Robin hinted at it. I was like, "No, Regina, you got to get out of here now because there's still a lot of people who are mad at you." So I was
Yeah.
like, "We should have known."
Yeah.
I mean, but Cruella thinks that she's going to be the new ruler of the underworld.
She wants
and
to
I'm just wondering how that's going to work for her since the underworld, like, I feel like Hades was the king of it or whatever because he is a god and has the power to
Right.
be.
And she
Cruella-
doesn't really have full magic. She
Yeah,
has the power
like-
of persuasion.
Yeah,
She just like
yeah.
can state it and then hope that people follow it, but she can't actually do anything unless her hair turns blue fire, and then she's got my vote. Like,
And also, she's gonna have to dump out all that bourbon in that underground bar and replace it all with gin,
Yeah,
which is
that's
gonna
true.
take
Oh,
things
forever.
are
it seems like a
Yeah.
tough task, and I think she's a little too lazy for
Yeah, I
that.
don't think she's up for it.
probably not. But I mean, it's an interesting theory. I hope that's not how we say goodbye to Cruella, though.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think we're
Now that
ever
we're-
saying goodbye.
Now that we're
She's
out of the
amazing.
underworld, it's kind of, you know, are we gonna keep going down there and see how she's ruling the
Well,
place?
we have to go
if Hook is
back.
still
I mean,
for
yeah,
Hook.
we're going back for Hook. That's just without saying.
That's a foregone
We're going
conclusion.
back for Hook.
I forgot to ask a question
Again.
a little earlier. Did you guys realize that the River of Souls could just be put in somebody and then, like, absorbed in that way? Because have we seen that before?
Didn't someone accidentally drink water from it? I felt like
No, somebody got turned into
Oh,
one.
well,
Even last week's episode, there was, Regina and Cora wanted to put the drop of the river.
Yeah, they
lathe-
tried to.
the river lathe. So like they
Oh.
try to So there are moments where you can actually force someone to like put it internally into a body.
But then, do you go there? Like when we saw Pan do
That's
the
kind of
green-
what I got, is that he evaporated like
Yeah.
into
Into
the
the river.
green river of souls kind of spirit form.
Okay. I just feel like we keep finding weird ways to kill Pan and obscure ways so that in case we want to bring him back because he's everybody's favorite character.
Well, yeah.
It's like, yeah, but he didn't actually go in the river. He was just chilling in the atmosphere with the river inside him, but we abstracted it because, we dehydrated it and then now he's back.
Does it rain in
The underworld.
the underworld?
Well, if it grows
Yeah,
flowers,
because-
it's got to rain.
Well, I'm just saying because, rain is caused because, you absorb the moisture
Right.
into the clouds and then it starts raining. If the water source is the River of Souls, if
Called
it starts
evaporation,
raining,
you guys.
yeah, evaporation, that's
Science.
the word.
Well,
Then
the amount
it
of
starts
dry.
raining, then like
Hashtag science.
It's raining the River of Souls on
Souls.
everyone and everyone's dying.
Well, the amount
I'm
of
gonna
dry.
read
But fortunately, they're in hell right now, so
So,
it's
the
probably
heat's pretty turned
That's
up.
true.
Rewind. I feel like you had a joke. The amount of dry.
No, I was just not a joke, just an
Oh.
observation. Like the amount of dry frizzy hair would lead me to believe that there is no rain in the underworld.
So it was a joke, but
Not
also
really.
an
It was just like
observation.
shade.
Just shade.
It was just shade.
You were jealous of all the shade I was throwing, so you
kind of. I had to like throw my hat in the ring a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you guys have anything else about this episode you wanted to discuss?
Just one really petty, silly thing. So when Emma and Hook were saying goodbye to each other, and I know you were busy crying.
Yeah, me
but
too.
Like, so that gate on that elevator, it was. They could have closed it all the way and then just not had a barrier because it was only a half gate.
Yeah.
And then they could have made out without the bars in front of them.
Oh my god, how much hotter was it with the bars though? It was like, oh my god, we're restricted and I love you.
But
And
which
You
was
need
great, was great. But then he pulled it down, and there
And
was
then
no
this-
barrier, and then I was like, okay, bye, bye.
Okay, I will say
Yeah.
that I was like, why is he opening the gate? all
Tiana,
of a
what are you
sudden?
doing?
What
are you doing?
I was trying to say that when you were bawling through your tears. I was like, why? They could have just lowered it 2 more
I
seconds.
wasn't looking at it like how they are
And
to
then
be
had to make out
rude.
session.
I'm looking at it as like I saw it and I thought because I was crying, I was like maybe I saw that wrong.
Well, everybody is entitled to their own feelings.
Wow. Okay. All right.
All right, and on that note,
So sexy through bars.
I have
Okay,
got
sure.
I've got a little bit of news and gossip to talk about real quick.
Whoa.
So Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kitsis have created another new show.
No way.
It is called Dead of Summer, and it's premiering this summer, Tuesday, June 28th. I forgot to write down what network it's on, so that's my bad. But it's a
Mad
show.
ABC.
No, it's not an ABC show.
Okay.
It is a horror
Ooh.
thriller, and it's about a summer camp in the 1980s.
Oh, cool.
So it's not quite the 90s, but you're gonna get a lot of nostalgia because it's
Yes.
in the 80s summer camp, Summer of Sam type of vibe. I'm getting maybe.
Hopefully not when
It's-
American.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
on Freeform.
Freeform.
Oh,
That's
cool.
I knew it was something
fun.
close. So Freeform. So make sure you guys check that out on June 28th on Freeform. And then I'm gonna toss the mic over to Blake for Once Upon a Weave.
It is time for Once Upon a Weave.
Yes.
All right. There was only one.
Okay.
There was only one weave worth mentioning this week,
All right.
and it was Regina, because it was a very specific shot. It was when they were outside in front of the broken clock tower, and she turns around, and that hair, as if a perfect heavenly blow dryer fell into the underworld. She gave me a Farrah Fawcett side feather, and I was like, Regina, brava, bravissima. And that was it. Everybody else looked atrocious. Everybody else had
understand.
frizzy, dry underworld hair.
Yeah, and even Cruella's makeup tonight was not on fleek.
It was not.
like,
Those eyebrows were, they
yeah.
were like, it was a little messy.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Fix it. Well, thank you for
I'm
that,
glad I went to
Blake.
Regina.
I know. Marissa's very happy about that.
Yeah.
She's pleased.
Yes. And on that note, let's get into our predictions.
Tracy thinks it was the blind witch. Once Upon a Weave.
Oh? I mean, that's a good week.
I think Once Upon a Weave worst, maybe.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Okay, I'm gonna start with predictions because I have one. So,
Okay.
because I am an annoying person and I just needed to know if this was really the end of Hook, I went on IMDb and looked, and it's not. We see him more. Don't worry, he's back.
Same thing with Belle. I was curious.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's
she's coming
cool
back.
or whatever. We're talking about me and Hook.
That's so true.
So, what Peter Pan said when we first saw him in the underworld was that he wanted to trade places with someone who was living. Now that Hades is living, the way to get Hook back and rid of Hades is to have those two switch places and Hook take Hades' heart.
I like it.
And boom, wham, wham,
Thank you,
wham.
ma'am.
I don't think Zelina will be able to survive Hades being bad, though. And then we're going to have bad Zelina again. We can't keep going back and forth with her, like, be on our team or not, bitch.
I think she's going to realize that even though she loves him and it's great and everyone's happy, that he is a terrible person who is doing bad things because he's not going to stop doing those bad things. And unlike Belle, who has a hard time realizing that she loves a monster and keeps going back to him, Zelina is a strong, crazy woman who will be like, look, you're crazy, you're insane, I'm through with you, and actually be through with him.
So do you think Zelina's going to be the one who casts Hades back to the underworld?
Yes.
Maybe she'll be so pissed at him that he set all these people up and locked them in and she's going to figure it out. Like, he said, let's go, they'll all be fine, let's take your baby. Robin could have just been stuck down their baby list. So maybe she does have a heart and she casts him back down and switches him with Hook because hooker for life. Maybe
Hooker
she's
for
a
life.
hooker. Maybe she ships them.
So in fairness, do you think Zelina's going to save Hook then?
Maybe.
Maybe Zelina's dead
And
in
then-
the casket next
Would that
week.
make her redeemable?
Yeah, next week someone is dead.
Maybe it's Zelina.
Maybe it's Hook's funeral.
Can I tell you
It's
guys
not
that a lot
Hook's
of people
funeral.
in the chat think that it's going to be, cover your
Roxy.
ears, Marissa.
Robin?
Marissa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
You know
heard
what? I
that
also
it's-
put in my notes because, like, God forbid anything happens to Regina's man. Hell no. I put Robin, question mark, where is he? Where is he in the next episode? Because we really don't see. It cannot be Robin!
Well, it's
guys.
somebody important to Regina because she wouldn't be.
Well, you know,
Sobby
honestly,
mess.
because I saw that preview twice, and Emma is more distraught than Regina is in that scene. So
Okay.
Emma's like
Okay.
bawling, ugly, crying, bawling. Regina's just like morose, but Emma's the one who's really more emotionally affected. So that's what makes me think it's actually Hook's funeral.
No, we're not at Hook's funeral.
Not.
That's just
Sorry.
wrong. That's just not what happens.
Might be.
Everyone can have
It
their
might be.
own opinion,
Not
but
at
your
my
opinion
show.
is wrong.
It's wrong.
Just saying it.
Can't be
Blake, what's
Robin
your
either.
prediction?
Zelina. I just want Zelina gone. Whatever it takes, get her out.
You're still not liking her?
No.
Oh my god, she gives me life.
I question her.
She gives me life.
I'm just at the point where I question her.
No, I'm like whatever it takes to get her. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Girl, bye.
Okay.
Girl, bye.
So
two-
long.
two more things.
Farewell.
The clock was at the end. It was set to 8:16. It went from
Oh.
8:15 and then it moved to 8:16.
But we had like 50 people bounce.
I know,
That's weird.
but like after the portal, it stopped and was at the regular 8:15 and then it moved by a minute.
So who died?
Who moved on?
Yeah, moved on. So I
Interesting.
question that. And one thing that's like completely not related. Oh, I watched a Hallmark movie, and the guy who played Gaston was in it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hello.
I like him.
Okay, I had to say it.
I love
A lot
that.
of people in the chat are saying, what if it's Henry's funeral? And that's why Regina and Emma were both
That's dark.
distraught,
Yeah.
distraught about it.
That's dark.
But
know.
am I incorrect in thinking that the finale is called Only You? Is that what the finale episode is
Oh, I
called?
don't know.
Because do you guys
yes.
remember that was the name of the song that Henry had with his girl crush? It was Only You, and if
Violet?
the finale, and if the finale is called Only You, which I'm not positive, it is. I'll look right now, but then maybe he dies.
Oof.
So,
Well, that
but
would
if he
be-
dies, does he go to the underworld and help get Hook out?
Yeah, he kicks it
Well,
with Hook
because
for a little.
obviously Henry would have unfinished business.
Oh, no.
if
He
he
might.
dies.
He might.
So he would.
His
he
family would be
I'm-
his unfinished
No,
business.
totally. So he
wrong?
would go to.
I
the
made up the
underworld.
whole thing. Is next week the last episode?
No,
No.
there's one more week after that, and I believe that May 15th it's going to be a 2-hour
Two-parter, yeah.
finale because because there's still 3 episodes left to air, and the 22nd they're airing the Billboard Music Awards on ABC, so
Right.
Oh my goodness.
we won't be doing a show, so it has to be a 2-hour on the 15th.
Yeah, Only You is the first hour of the 2-hour finale, says Julian89.
Okay.
Goodness, so much.
All right, well, thank you for that. Any other predictions from anyone?
No,
That's all I got.
Just say,
we left it all on the court.
for right now, my heart, Hooker for life. Love you, boo. I'll see you soon, real soon. Where can the fans find you guys to talk about your hatred for Zelina?
Feel free to hate tweet me at Blake McIver.
Yep, me too. At Serafini TV.
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
And you can find me at the Tiona Hobson, and make sure you check out AfterBuzz TV all over social media. We have a brand new Snapchat that you guys should follow and watch our story, and we also got a brand new website, so make sure you go and check that out.
That we do.
It's a really amazing site, and all of your needs are right there. So until next week, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.